Hi, welcome to the Heavy Hitters Podcast. I'm Matt Cline and I'm your host. The podcast is brought to you by successincline.com. This podcast is not for the average. This is for the hungry. This is for the young hustlers, the entrepreneurs, the go-getters, the money makers, all the above. Where we're going to drop some business knowledge on you, some good content, and we're going to talk marketing, we're going to talk business, and we're going to talk sales in general. So a little bit about me. When I was 18, I created a Twitter account, and for me, motivation has been a big factor in my life. It's the backbone. So I single-handedly, over 2 years, built it from 0 to 110,000 followers. So people know me as the Motivator 5 on Twitter, and from then I really got into e-commerce and selling things. So it's just a really interesting story. But today I wanted to talk about my latest business deal on Amazon with Nike shoes. I guess a little background about me. In 2014, I did 12,000 total sales on eBay. 2015, I did 35,000. And then last year I did 62,000 on eBay. And 5,000 on Amazon. This year I've done 15,000 on Amazon already and 24 on eBay. So I'm on pace for about 120. So I'm really excited about that. But I got started. It's a funny story. I actually played football in college, and I was at an NAIA school in Kentucky. I ended up partially tearing my labrum for the second time in August when I just had surgery in January for a torn labrum. So I decided, you know what, football, I'm not going to go to the NFL, and, it's not for me. So I just transferred back home. My mom made me get a job. Before I just played football, I was on scholarship and I didn't have to work. Well, when I transferred home, my mom said, hey, you better get your butt to work. So I picked up a job and started helping out around the house and stuff. But what I noticed was my grades started to tank. At my other college, it was a smaller school. I had like 20 in my class, in most of my classes. And then when I got to the one in my town, my biggest class was 600, like 650 or something crazy. So, not to make excuses, but I was juggling too much for me to handle. I have a lot of respect for somebody that can work 40 hours and get good grades. A lot of respect, but that's not me. I'm not a school guy, I graduated high school with a 2.9 GPA, but my first semester at the college I was playing football at was a 3.8. So I thought they had the wrong letter. They mailed it to my house. I thought they had me mixed up with somebody, but I actually, I worked hard and everything, but I didn't know my grades were going to be that high. But long story short, I was working 2 jobs. I was doing about 30 hours a week, and I ended this semester with like a 1.6 GPA or something crazy. So they're like, look, Matt, we're going to kick you out of college. If you don't get your grades up, you're getting booted out of here. So I realized that day that they made me sign a contract for it, right? So I realized that day that something had to change. So what I did was I quit my job, one of them, and I started selling things on eBay, right? And I really enjoyed it. Growing up, very interesting life. We spent, I grew up with a single mom with 2 kids, right? And we spent 8 months in a homeless shelter. And I know what it's like to be broke. Government housing, I actually just recently got out of it. So praise God for that. But so, I know what it's like to struggle, right? So I'm like, you know what? I went to thrift stores as a kid. That's where I got my clothes. What I realized when I got a little older was that if it's not my size, I can sell it online. So there'd be a really nice Nike Polo, but it'd be an extra large. So what I would do is I'd just sell it. And so anyways, it started really making me some money. And I ended up quitting my other job and going, putting most of my hours into eBay. Most recently, like last year, I'd started doing Amazon. So internet sales have been really good to me. With my Twitter account, I also made bracelets and sold them. Man, I sold over, I think, 250. So I got to do my own little e-commerce thing, right? So it was really interesting. But currently, I'm a marketing major at Wright State University, and I'm part of the marketing club, right? So we're always doing some type of hands-on activity with local businesses, and basically just driving more traffic and getting more customers. So that's kind of what I'm about. But so anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk about my latest deal with Amazon. And so basically, Amazon versus eBay, it's crazy, okay? You can sell a lot of stuff on eBay, but Amazon is a completely different market. Obviously, Amazon's taken over, right? But I just went to a workshop last week, and they said that Amazon's visitors per site, like per month, are 50 million more visitors to Amazon a month than eBay. So, and it makes sense to me. So basically what I did was I got a buddy that works at the Nike store that's pretty close to me. And they have like every quarter, maybe, it might be more often, but I think it's like 4 times a year. They have friends and family discount weekend. So you get 30% off, but you really have to know somebody to get these Nike cards. But also, if you download the app, now anybody can get it. So anyways, so I got a bunch of these cards, and I went in and I bought 110 pairs of Nikes. Usually like the free runs because they sell the fastest on Amazon. So I paid $5,468, and I shipped them in to Amazon FBA. And if you're not familiar with it, you need to start Googling. You need to really start using your resources. Reezy Resells on Instagram, he's on everything, right? Facebook, everything. YouTube, Google, whatever. Reezy Resells, dude's killing it, okay? He'll walk you through everything. So, but basically, I got approved to sell Nikes on Amazon. And here, let me just give you an example of what happened. The crazy thing was I only had $2,000, so I didn't even have $5,000. So the bank extended my credit card, and I ended up buying, almost $5,500. And so I shipped them in, and it takes about 10 days to get to a fulfillment center. So how FBA works is you're basically sourcing the product, right? So I'm going to find stuff, and I'm going to scan it, and I'm going to see what it's going for on Amazon. And then from there, I'm going to sell it. So I'm going to ship it to Amazon, and they'll sell it basically for me. It'll be on their platform to all their customers. So it makes it makes it easy as far as time, So basically, you just package it up and you send it in. But you have to be approved for these certain categories. So if you ever see someone scanning with their smartphone, if you ever see them like scanning a UPC code, that's most likely what they're doing. And, we live in a time now where it's like, look, if you're not using this to make money, if you're not using your smartphone to make money, you're crazy. You're losing. And like my man Kenny Coleman always says, if you're not using your smartphone to make money, then it's a dumb phone. Use it, It's there. The internet's there. Like, take advantage of it. Like, what are you doing? So, sorry, that's my little rant on that, but... So yeah, I shipped all these shoes in, and now think about it, I'm like $3,500 in debt. And I just spent like all my money on my bank account to my credit card company just so I'd lower my debt. But anyways, so I sent it in. It was 10 days, just about, and Amazon listed it. In 5 days, I sold $6,000 worth of shoes. So pretty much, I'm pretty much at my break-even point, and I have like 20 or 30 pairs left to go. So I could care less when they sell, right? But it's amazing how fast that something could go. The first day they were listed, I sold like 12 or 15 pairs. That's crazy, and they're $100 a piece. So it's just really interesting. Amazon is just killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. They have so much. There's so much there to take advantage of. Amazon merch and all kinds of stuff. So, to look into that, if you're not selling on Amazon, you're behind. You've got to do your research and figure it out. There's so much free content out there that it's crazy. There's no excuse. Reezy Resells is a good one. The Amazon God, Reezy Resells, just had a interview with him, and it's just flat out amazing. Hopefully we're going to have Reezy Resells on the podcast here soon. He did like $4 million on Amazon. So great story, and I can't wait to hear from him. But yeah, so, it's about taking advantage of the internet, right? There's so much there. And if you have any questions or anything, just go ahead and email me. Everything's below, or put it in the comments or whatever. But it's crazy. There's There's all kinds of stuff that you can look into and get started. Toys, you can sell anything on Amazon. And most recently, there's a business locally that wants to put 300 products on Amazon, and they're going to pay me to do it. And that's what it's about, right? And no one else can do it. It's actually really hard. I'll say this, that eBay and Amazon, I would say, eBay's easy to use. I think anybody can figure it out, but Amazon's a little bit trickier. They're definitely harder. So, it takes work, man, but if you put in the work, you're going to make some cash. It's just about sourcing the items and finding it for the cheapest price. But some stuff sells so fast that it's just absolutely insane. So that's my business adventure with the shoes. Very, very, very successful. And in 5 days, that's what I thought. It's about leveraging yourself, and I didn't have the money, but you know what? I know I could make the money. So that's what it's about. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was we'll just do like a little product review kind of thing. So I tested out these new Snapchat spectacles, and for those on the podcast, they come in this yellow case. It's this ugly yellow case, but what's interesting is the case itself is the charger. So people are always putting their glasses in a case. Well, this charges the glasses itself, and obviously you just plug the case to a little thing and it goes on the wall. But the glasses itself are black, and they have these 2 yellow circles on the left and the right side. People haven't really seen these yet, to be honest. They're a doofy looking pair of glasses, but I really like them. Good quality glasses. And someone said, how much are they? Well, I think they retailed for $120. From my understanding, Snapchat placed vending machines in random cities, and they were $120. I got mine online, and I think you can order them from Snapchat.com, but I got mine off eBay, and they've been really interesting. I kind of just want to talk about that and just talk about the experience that I'm having with them. And the worst thing about these is it's probably, kills every privacy act we have, but I can record anything. So, and people think I'm just wearing sunglasses. It brings me back to like Spy Kids or something as a kid. They're recording all this stuff with all these new gadgets and all that stuff. So, but anyways, you can record anything, and the beauty of it is it's in 1 second. So I'll try to put this on YouTube, my view from the spectacles themselves. But the camera quality is pretty good. I took a video of a snake in the backyard the other day, and I put the glasses all the way up to the snake. I'll try to put that on there as well. But so you can see like the quality of it. It's really not bad. I went to the post office, and what I forgot to say on the shoe deal was, I was like $3,000, $4,000 in debt, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I had a sale on my eBay store. I did 17% off, and I thought I'd get like $300 or $400, but it ended up being like $940 or something. So that was great to raise capital, to cover the shoes for sure. But it's just the glasses are crazy. It's just I really like them, and I'm speaking as a millennial, so I think some of the older people may not be a big fan of these. But I took all those packages. It was like 55 packages to the post office on that Monday, and this lady asked me what was in the. I've been at this game for 3 years now, and that's not really that long, but people ask me all the time, what's in your packages, or what are you shipping out, and blah blah blah. So now, those of you who don't know me, I'm really sarcastic. So I just make up random stories, and I just want to hear their reaction. But this little old lady, man, God bless her. This little old lady came up. She's like, what are you shipping out? And I'm like, I said, ma'am, it's drugs to Mexico. No. I'm like, yeah. Oh gosh. So, but my buddy was recording with the glasses the whole time. So, I won't post that video or anything, but it's just game changing. If a fight breaks out, I just hit it. For instance, here's another crazy thing. So I'm outside and I'm wearing the glasses, and I was talking to somebody, and my mom drives by, and somehow she was on a motorcycle. If I, click, is that my mom? You know what I'm saying? So it's 1 second compared to, I don't know, 10, 11 seconds to get your phone out and just, to start recording on Snapchat or whatever. But another cool feature of the glasses is, it's a point of view camera. So I rode my motorcycle and they can see what I'm seeing. So what's cool about the glasses though is that it stores the video. So if I take 20 videos with the, once I connect Bluetooth to my phone, they all go to my phone. And from there, I can put them on Instagram, I can put them on Facebook, I can put them on YouTube. It doesn't matter. But it does only record for 10 seconds. It's built more towards social media. So depending on how you're marketing yourself or how that, if it's even important to you. But I think that it's really going to be a game changer, honestly, especially for our generation. Nobody really knows what they are or what they do. So this podcast, I guarantee half people will be like, what? They made glasses for that? So if you're just now hearing it, study up and get you a pair, man, for real. For real. So I wanted to talk a little bit about selling. People are like, man, I don't know if I can be a salesman, dude. I'm like, bro, you sell every single day. You have to realize that you yourself is a brand. You're a product. And what you put on social media is your brand. You got people posting like sad stuff all the time. Okay, I'm thinking, I put a name with that and I'll be like, okay, Sarah is depressed, right? Sasha is depressed. When I think of Sarah, I think of depressed. When I think of, people label you for what you're posting. If you're life of the party and you're out 5 days a week, then you're labeled as life of the party. What brand are you really trying to create? What brand do you have, right? And for me, I always post like motivational quotes and stuff. And me personally, what I want my brand to be is I want people to think, man, Matt Cline, the biggest freaking hustler I know, right? The biggest salesman I freaking know. That's what I want personally. But that just comes with it. If I'm posting sad stuff and I'm always depressed, they're going to think, man, Matt Cline, depressed. And that's why I don't get on Facebook, man. Everybody's complaining. I don't get on Facebook. I ain't got time for that. Everybody's always complaining. Somebody's always crying about something. What brand are you really trying to create? Because in the world today, your social influence, the impact that you have, that's your new resume. That is your new resume. And are people buying? That's the question. When you get in an interview and you're in there and they're interviewing you like, man, you're trying to get this job, you got to sell yourself. Your personality sells yourself. Your ideas, what you've done, that's all that matters. It's huge. If they don't like your personality, then you didn't make the sale. They don't want you. Simple, right? But every single day you're selling something, you have 2 seconds in that first impression to grab their attention and to get them interested. Women, same thing. If you give her your number, what are you going to say? What line do you got? Are you going to make the sale or not? Is she going to text you or not? Same thing with men, right? So it's all about selling. And if you want something to go your way, you've got to persuade somebody. You're selling your idea. And that's one of the most important things that you can do. If you can sell your idea, that's pretty powerful. But it's all about selling. Life is selling in general. And when you sell and you dominate each market and each type of thing, like, you're going to sell your idea. You're selling your story, right? So you're going to sell everything. You're selling it. And the question is, are they buying? Are they buying from you or not? So I want you to think about that life is sales. If you're not a salesman, you have to realize that you sell every single day. Where do you want to go to eat? Well, I want to go to Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's nasty. Why can't we go to Chipotle? All right, now try to persuade them into going to Chipotle because they really want Pizza Hut for some reason. Same thing, selling. If you can persuade, you made the sale. That's what it's about. But this is episode 1 of the Heavy Hitters podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Look for us next week. We're going to be dropping some really good content. I got a buddy that's private labeling some stuff. So this is going to be pretty cool to dive into his content got a lot of influencers on Instagram. You're going to like hearing this journey of how he's spread his brand, how he's really tried to create it, and how he's marketing it. So tune in next week, and yeah, man, we're going to hit it hard. Thanks for tuning in. This is Matt Cline, the Motivator. Enjoy the rest of your day.